What's going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and in today's video we're going to be bringing you a burner build. Now of course these builds are very popular, so I thought I'd bring one out, just how I use mine, and then you can adapt it how you want to use yours. So if you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time we upload content here on the channel. To get this build off to the first start, we are using Firewall. So make sure you've got Firewall active. Of course, I haven't even unlocked all of my Firewall because this is the first time I've even used Firewall, because I had no interest in using any kind of skill or CC builds or even status effect, etc. So it was literally just unlock it quickly and get what I need from the skill tree even. So basically, you just want this one, enrich magnesium formula. So you want the extra burn duration. Then you're going to want to unlock this one next, fiery response, and it's on armor break. It applies burn to enemies within 5 meters. So break someone's armor, they get burned. Anyone within 5 meters. Simple as that. They're the two that you want to unlock. So if you can't unlock it all, just make sure you got those two, okay? I still don't have this one, which is fine, but that one's the most important, okay? So as much as this as you can get unlocked as possible, but if you haven't got it all unlocked, that's perfectly fine too. So we're going here, we're going to go for the 4-piece Eclipse protocol. Now let's show you what the 4-piece gives you. So for 2 pieces, you get 15% status effect. For 3 pieces, you get 15% skill haste and 30% hazard protection. And then 4 pieces, you get indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. So that's a big one right there. That's a big one. You want 4 pieces. Now within these 4 pieces, you're going to want the chest and the backpack, but I will give you some alternative ideas if you don't have the chest and the backpack. So basically on this, I have rolled status effect. So it's going to be a skill tier, status effect, and then my mod is skill haste, just to speed up the skills and get them back quicker. We're going to go for the gloves now, and again, just roll status effect. So max out status effect as high as you possibly can. The chest piece, now this is where it starts getting into its core and the extra talents that you get. So this talent on the chest piece gives you increases indirect transmission range from 15 meters to 20 meters and refresh percentage from 50% to 75%. So basically it spreads 20 meters now, not 15, and then the basic refresh rate is from 50% to 75, which is definitely worth having. This is important. If you don't have this, go for something else on the lines of status effect or even trauma or calculated to get your skills back quicker. Something on those lines. Now the backpack, of course, again, you're going to get your own talent with it, but roll it for status effect. Everything is status effect, and my mods are all skill haste. So basically the talent on the backpack is it amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 15%, which is going to work well with a gun that I'll show you in a second. Now the 2 pieces I'm using at the bottom here, you can change these, okay? You can change them. I'm using Wyvern wear, okay? And people say, why do you use 2-piece Wyvern and not Golan? Well, the second piece of Wyvern gives you exactly what the 1 piece of Golan does. And I want some extra skill power. So on this holster, you're going to want skill damage, status effect. Of course, you're going to want them maxed out as much as you can. But skill damage gives you that initial burst. So when I hit them with that sticky, that fire sticky, that initial burst of damage comes from the skill damage. Then of course the status effect kicks in, and then you'll start getting numbers for burn, etc., and it will spread, all that good stuff. So for me, I use Wyvern twice to get skill damage, status effect. You can use 1 Wyvern and 1 Golan. I'll see if I've got a Golan anywhere here just to show you. I don't have it here. Let's have a look, see if we've got a Golan piece. There we go. Golan just gives you 10% status effect. So you can have exactly the same just by using 2 Wyvern. So on the knee pads, I've of course used Wyvern as well to get the status effect. And then I've got status effect skill damage. Again, status effect's a little bit low on here. We're like 1.4 off. But just make sure you max those and have skill damage as well. Because people seem to just build status effect builds around the status effect mark, not the skill damage mark. And if you're using a sticky, skill damage is important. So with the weapons I'm using, you're probably going to guess what the first one will be. It is the Pyromaniac, which is the named AR, and simply just for perfectly ignited. So you deal an extra 25% weapon damage to burning enemies, and then after 3 kills, you apply burn to the next enemy you hit. Now, this is a great addition to the 15% more damage that we get from the talents. So you're going to get 15% more damage to burning enemies anyway, so then you're going to get 25% damage as well. So this works good in hand. It's not going to be the most powerful gun in the world because, of course, it's not set to be a damage build. This is more of a status effect build. The second weapon I'm using, now I would change this. I would change this if I was you guys, but you can use this because you're going to get your skill tier from this. It's Future Perfection, and the gun is called Mechanical Animal. It's basically the SIG 556, however, it's the named version. Now, weapon kills grant +1 skill tier for 19 seconds, and it stacks up to 3 times. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge, and then the overcharge cooldown is 90 seconds. So every kill you get, you go up a skill tier, which is great. However, I would use the Harmony. The Harmony gives you that skill damage per hit, so you want that Harmony equipped. I actually deleted my Harmony by accident, so I don't have it anymore, but that would actually improve the build in my opinion. Now, going into what skills I'm using, I am using a sticky bomb. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, why is he using a sticky bomb? It's the fire sticky bomb, okay? I like the fire sticky bomb. The PvP damage is 306,000. Damage is 1.3 million on here. So the sticky bomb for me works well because I like just watching them burn in a really weird way. So on this, I've got a blast radius, just to make that radius of the blast bigger. However, you could just put skill haste if you want. That's completely up to you. And then I've got a 6.5% damage. So you want one with damage on there at least. And then the other one can just be skill haste, etc. If you don't want that initial damage, you just put burn duration, and then it's going to add even more duration on. So, you know, you've got the burn's going on for a long time. Now, your second skill, this could be optional, right? This is optional. People are using the Seeker Mine, the Fire Seeker Mine. Well, I'm not using that. Of course, I don't even have it unlocked. But I'm not using that. I'm using a drone just to keep them distracted. So it's more just to kind of keep them in one area, distracted, fighting the drone while my sticky bomb comes back. But this is open for you. You could put on a hive, a reviver hive. You could put on whatever you want, a chem launcher, you know, the fire chem launcher, anything you want. It depends where you want to go with this. Firefly even is good just to blind the targets. But the option for the second skill is completely up to you. Looking at my watch, guys, I'll show you this because a lot of people don't show you their watch and what they're actually gaining from this. I do have, on my watch, I've got the skill damage maxed, skill duration maxed, and skill haste maxed. That's what I've got on this for this build. And obviously, weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage on the offensive. On the defensive, I've got the armor, hazard protection, and explosive resistance. And then on this one, I've got accuracy, stability, and then a bit of reload speed and a bit of ammo capacity. So I'll show you that just because you might be thinking, hold on, if yours is not doing the same damage, it might just be because of the skill damage. It might just be because of, you know, if you're not getting it back fast enough, it might be to do with the skill haste. So just so you know exactly what it's doing. Now let's go down into the firing range and we'll test it out on the targets on the left-hand side. And we'll kind of see what damage we're doing. We'll just test it as it is. We won't make any changes, so I won't cut this. I'll keep it all in so you guys can see. So it's usually quite fun. Just detonate. And you can see per tick it's 373,000. That's per tick of damage. And you can see this is on very hard. So once these go down, you'll see it spreads. Finish off with get the overcharge on there. Right, let's stack some of these skills. And then watch them burn, baby. So now it's at 466,000 per tick. Because, of course, we got that stack from the mechanical animal, you know, skill tier, get it on overcharge. So 466,000 per tick. So you can see this build is going to be good. You know, it will be good. In PvP, it is good, but, I mean, you're super squishy. So, like, if I was going to use it in PvP, I'd probably use it in a team environment rather than solo. But adapt this build as you please. Like, you just do what you want to do with it. Change it. Don't always just copy and paste builds, okay? Adapt it for your playstyle and how you want it. Enjoy it. It's super fun to use, even in PvP, PvE. So just make sure you go out there, enjoy this build, and make sure that you tell your teammates you're running this build so they can stick on a Pyromaniac too to get that extra 25% weapon damage. Now, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you are going to put this build together. And let me know in the comment section below if you already have a build like this. Even if your build's better than this, tell me. Tell me what I'm doing that you're not. Or what you're doing that I'm not. So then we can learn from each other. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you all in the next video. Let's go!